All right, strap yourselves in for this deep dive because we're about to unpack a Premier League showdown that's got all the makings of a classic. Aston Villa going head-to-head with Chelsea at the one and only Electric Villa Park on February 22nd.
Ooh, yeah.
And let me tell you, the preview analysis we've got our hands on, well, it's a gold mine.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
We're talking tactical battles, a real potential for an upset, and enough drama to keep us on the edge of our seats, biting our nails the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a matchup that's got some really interesting, unique elements to it, right?
Okay.
You've got, Villa's home advantage at Villa Park. I mean, that's legendary stuff right there. I mean, it's almost like the crowd can just lift the team to another level.
Yeah, for sure.
But then you've got Chelsea, who, if you just look at the roster, they've got this incredibly dynamic attack.
Yeah.
But they've also got some key players who might be missing, and that could make them vulnerable.
Okay, so let's dive right into this tactical battle, shall we?
Yeah.
We know that Villa, they tend to favor that disciplined 4-2-3-1 formation.
Right.
For those who need a quick refresher, that means 4 defenders, 2 holding midfielders, 3 attacking midfielders, and a lone striker up top.
Mm-hmm.
And this setup, it really lets them absorb pressure and then just explode forward with, lightning fast counterattacks.
Oh yeah, they're dangerous on the break.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Now, Chelsea, they usually come out with this high energy pressing game, trying to win the ball back high up the pitch, disrupt the other team while they're trying to build up.
Right.
They often use a fluid 4-3-3.
Yep.
So that's 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards. But with all these injuries we're talking about,
right,
we might see them switch to a more compact 4-2-3-1 almost to protect that back line.
I think that's a real possibility. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to adjust to the personnel you have available.
Right. I'm super curious to see how these contrasting styles are going to clash, especially considering the players that might be missing. On Villa's side, they're going to be without their defensive rock, Pau Torres, who unfortunately fractured his metatarsal.
That's a big blow for Villa.
Yeah.
Torres is so crucial to their defensive stability.
Yeah.
He's got that incredible ability to read the game, intercept passes, and then his aerial presence. I mean, he's dominant in the air.
Big time.
Yeah.
And to make things even more interesting, Chelsea's injury list is starting to look like a hospital ward.
Oh, yeah.
You got Wesley Fofana and Benoit Badiashile, both key defenders, are out.
Yeah.
Then you've got Romeo Lavia and Marc Guiu out due to suspensions.
Right.
And there's even a chance that 2 of their most exciting young attackers, Noni Madueke and Mykhailo Mudryk, might miss the match as well.
It's almost hard to keep up with all the potential absences, isn't it?
Oh, I know.
I mean, this is where it gets really interesting tactically, because both managers, Unai Emery for Villa and Enzo Maresca for Chelsea, they're going to have to, roll up their sleeves and get creative, make some adjustments. It could be a real test of their, managerial skills.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm picturing Emery might lean towards a more conservative approach, just to compensate for Torres being out.
Yeah.
Maybe sit a bit deeper, invite Chelsea to attack, and then try to hit them on the break with those rapid counterattacks.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all.
Right.
I mean, that plays to Villa's strength.
Exactly.
Especially with, players like Ollie Watkins and Jacob Ramsey.
Oh, yeah.
Who are both incredibly quick, dangerous on the counter.
Speed demons.
Watkins, he can stretch defenses with those runs, and then Ramsey, I mean, he's got that knack for finding those, pinpoint passes that can just unlock a defense.
Oh, he's a magician.
He is.
And on Chelsea's side, I'm thinking Maresca might opt for a more compact midfield to cover, those gaps in the defense.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they try to control that midfield without Lavia and Guiu,
right?
Who are usually, so important for their ball-winning ability.
Absolutely.
Their distribution.
They need someone to step up and provide that defensive solidity in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Villa, they could really exploit those spaces.
For sure. Especially with Ramsey kind of pulling the strings there.
Oh yeah, he'll be licking his chops.
Okay, before we get too lost in the in the tactical weeds here.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick look at the recent form of both teams.
Okay.
Statistically, Chelsea's been the more consistent side. Racking up more wins, they've got a better goal difference.
Yeah, on paper they look strong.
Yeah.
But I'd be careful about reading too much into those overall stats.
Okay.
We got to remember this match is at Villa Park.
Right. And Villa's home form has been has been really impressive, really resilient.
So their home turf could really be a leveler here.
Oh, absolutely. The
Right.
crowd at Villa Park, I mean, they can be electric.
Oh, I bet.
And they really get behind their team.
Yeah,
It can be intimidating for visiting sides.
for sure.
And I think that's reflected in Villa's home record, you know.
Yeah.
In their last 6 matches at home, they've got 3 wins, 2 draws, and just 1 loss.
That's pretty solid.
It is.
What about Chelsea's away form? How have they been doing on the road?
Their away form it's been a bit more balanced, I'd say.
Okay.
2 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss in their last 6 away matches.
Okay.
So, you know, they're capable of getting results on the road,
Mm-hmm.
but they haven't been quite as dominant as they've been at home.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked a lot about the tactical side of things and the impact of these missing players.
Right.
But I think it's also worth, you know, considering the psychological aspect of this match as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
The mental game is huge in football,
Mm-hmm.
especially in a high pressure match like this one.
Right.
I think Villa, they're going to be feeling confident even without Torres.
Yeah.
You know, they're at home. They've got their fans behind them.
Yeah.
And they're going to be eager to prove that they can, you know, compete with a top side like Chelsea even with a, you know, depleted lineup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're the underdogs in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
but they've got that home advantage, and that can really, you know, make a difference.
It can.
And for Chelsea, you know, there might be a bit of pressure to perform, especially with all these injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're expected to win,
Right.
even with those key players missing.
Right.
And that can sometimes, you know, that can weigh on a team.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, if things don't go their way early on,
Yeah.
those doubts they can start to creep in.
Yeah, for sure.
On the other hand, if they can overcome these challenges and get a result at Villa Park,
Yeah,
that's going to be a huge boost for their confidence.
big time. I think it's safe to say that this match could have implications beyond just the 3 points at stake, right?
Oh, sure.
This could really shape the narrative for both teams going forward.
I mean, a win for Villa, that sends a message that they're a serious contender.
Yeah.
You know, a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
And for Chelsea, a victory on the road, despite all these absences, I mean, that shows resilience,
Yeah.
shows depth.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a real statement of intent.
All right, so we've covered the tactical battle, recent form, and even the psychological factors at play here.
Right.
But we can't wrap up this deep dive without taking a peek at what the betting experts are saying.
Of course not. Now, of course, this isn't financial advice.
No.
We're just looking at the odds
Right.
to see how the experts are sizing up this clash.
Yeah, always interesting to see how those odds, how they reflect the various factors we've been talking about.
Right.
The tactical nuances, the injuries, the overall form of both teams. I mean,
Right.
it gives you another layer of insight, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, according to our sources, the probabilities for the 3 main outcomes are remarkably close.
Okay.
We're looking at a 35% chance of a home win for Villa, a 30% chance of a draw, and then another 35% chance for a Chelsea victory.
And those are some tight margins.
Yeah, I mean, it really highlights how evenly matched these two teams are.
Right.
Especially considering all the variables at play.
It really is anybody's game.
Yeah, and that's what makes it so exciting.
Absolutely.
Now let's dive into, you know, some specific bets that kind of caught my eye.
Yeah.
First up, both teams to score bet.
Okay.
Given the attacking talent on both sides, even with the absences,
Yeah.
this one seems like a pretty tempting option.
Yeah, I can see that.
You got, you know, Villa's counterattacking threat,
Right.
Chelsea's potential need to push forward to try to get a win.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be surprising to see both teams, you know, find the back of the net.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Even with some key players missing, both teams, they still have the firepower to score.
Right.
Chelsea, even with potential absences in attack, still has, you know, players like Nicholas Jackson who's certainly capable of causing problems for Villa's defense.
Yeah.
And we've already talked about the threat that Watkins and Ramsey pose for Villa, especially on the counterattack.
Right. And then there's the over 2.5 goals bet.
Yep.
You know, with all the tactical adjustments and the potential for a really open game.
Mm-hmm.
I could see this one being a good shout.
I agree. I think the uncertainty surrounding the lineups
Right.
could lead to some unpredictable moments, and that often translates into more goals.
Right. Exactly.
Both teams, they're going to be looking to exploit any weaknesses, any gaps, and that could create some really exciting end-to-end action.
Yeah, for sure. Now, for the more adventurous bettors out there,
Yeah.
there's always the aggressive accumulator.
Oh, but
This one combines a draw, both teams to score, and over 2.5 goals.
okay,
It's a high risk, high reward option.
right.
But it could be a fun one to consider.
It's definitely a bet for those who are, feeling lucky.
Yeah.
It would require a very, very specific set of circumstances to
Oh,
play
it's
out.
all come together.
But the potential payout,
Yeah.
I mean, it could be significant. Huge. However, it's important to remember,
Yeah.
betting always carries risks. And it's essential to gamble responsibly.
Absolutely. Always.
Yeah.
So to recap, this Villa versus Chelsea clash, I mean, it's got all the makings of a classic Premier League encounter.
It really does.
We've got, a tactical battle between two very different contrasting styles, key player absences that could, really shake things up.
Right.
Villa's formidable home advantage
Yeah.
and the potential for a major upset.
And don't forget the historical significance of Villa Park itself.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's a venue that's, steeped in tradition, a place where countless, memorable moments in English football history have unfolded.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The atmosphere is always electric there,
Yeah.
and I think it's going to add an extra dimension
It always
to this already captivating match.
You're right. The atmosphere at Villa Park is legendary.
It's almost like an extra player for the home team.
Yeah. But here's the big question, and I'm throwing this one out to you,
Okay.
our listener. Will Chelsea's individual talent prevail?
Yeah.
Or can Villa's, collective spirit and tactical adjustments secure a victory at their fortress?
It's a fascinating question to ponder.
It is.
Chelsea, despite their injury woes,
Yeah.
they still have a squad, brimming with world-class players.
Oh yeah, they do.
But Villa, with the backing of their passionate home crowd and their well-drilled system, I mean, they've proven time and again that they can rise to the occasion and compete with the best.
Yeah, it really is a testament to the unpredictability of the Premier League.
Yeah,
I mean, on any given day, any team can beat any other team.
exactly.
Right.
That's what keeps us coming back for more, right? The drama, the passion, the possibility of seeing something truly special.
You know what else I find fascinating about this matchup?
Yeah.
It's the individual battles that are going to take place all over the pitch.
Oh yeah.
For example, if Chelsea's young wingers, Medguek and Mudryk, if they're fit,
Yeah.
it'll be a real treat to see them go up against Villa's, experienced fullbacks.
Oh, those two, they're absolute speed demons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, their dribbling skills, their ability to just take on defenders one-on-one.
Yeah.
I mean, that could cause real headaches for Villa's defense.
But on the flip side, Villa has their own attacking weapons in Watkins and Ramsey.
Right.
I'm particularly excited to see how Ramsey performs against Chelsea's midfield.
Yeah.
He's been in, scintillating form lately, just dictating the tempo, creating chances with his vision and passing range.
He's got that X factor, doesn't he?
He does.
That ability to just unlock a defense with a single pass.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And if Chelsea's midfield is weakened by those absences, I mean, Ramsey could have a field day.
Oh yeah, he can run wild.
Yeah.
It's going to be a chess match out there.
It is.
With both managers trying to, outwit each other.
For sure.
But ultimately, it's the players on the pitch who will decide the outcome.
Right.
And that's the beauty of football, isn't it?
It is.
It's a game of moments. A single flash of brilliance, a moment of magic can change everything.
Absolutely. Think about it. It could be a stunning save from the keeper.
Yeah.
A perfectly timed tackle.
Yeah.
A moment of, inspiration from an unexpected hero. It's those unscripted moments that make this sport so captivating.
And that's what we're all hoping for, right?
Yeah.
A match that keeps us on the edge of our seats, a game that we'll be talking about for weeks to come.
I have a feeling this Villa versus Chelsea clash won't disappoint.
I don't think so either.
It's a match with so many layers of intrigue.
Yeah.
From the tactical battle to the individual duels to the, the historical significance of Villa Park.
It'll be good.
It's got all the ingredients for a Premier League classic.
So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into Aston Villa versus Chelsea. We've analyzed the tactics, we dissected the form, we've even delved into the psychological factors at play.
We did.
But now it's time to let the game unfold. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the drama, the passion, the unpredictable brilliance of Premier League football.
And remember, this is just the beginning of the conversation.
Right.
We'd love to hear your thoughts, your predictions, and your post-match reactions.
Oh yeah, let us know.
Share your insights with us, and let's keep this conversation going.
May the best team win, and let's hope for a match that lives up to the hype.
Cheers to that. Until
Right.
next time.